And so we kind of talked a little bit about naps. So I know this will, change from baby to baby and age to age, but
Yeah.
when you get to the point where you're ready to start dropping naps as your child gets older, how and when do you kind of recommend parents to do that?
Dropping naps can be tricky because there is signs that they need to look out for and they need to occur for more than just 1 or 2 days, right? You need to notice signs for a few days at least. I say about 6 to 8 days, 10 days preferable. If they notice these signs for that long, then they should transition to drop a nap. And these signs can be either the baby just refusing naps, either short naps, they're rising earlier in the morning from bedtime. They're just being crankier throughout the day and their schedule is just off, you know? If
Mhm.
you notice those signs for a few days, then I'd say it's time to drop a nap. And I also have a chart on my Instagram that shows you what are those age appropriate frames when it's appropriate to drop a nap. So, for example, around the 8 to 9 months, your child should be around a 2 nap schedule. So that's a good time to drop from a 3 to 2 nap.
So, bedtime routine. I know we talked a little bit earlier about routines and how it's super important for sleep. What are the best routines as a child grows? So, from baby to toddler to young child to a little bit older, how can those routines change by age? And yeah, what are the best routines?
I think routines are so essential. And I started a routine with both of my children from day one. So, like you said, Krista, as a child gets older, their routine changes. So, for a newborn, their routine can be as simple as feeding them, breastfeeding or bottle feeding them, giving them a body massage, if not a bath. Usually, typically, newborns don't get a bath every day. So, you can give them like a lotion massage or something like that, just a sensory touch kind of routine, and then read them a story, sing them a lullaby, and then place them to bed, right? You want to make sure you're swaddling your newborn. I love the Velcro swaddles for newborns because they keep them snug and tight and ensure that the blanket swaddles are going to unravel sometimes. So the Velcro ones make sure that they don't unravel in the middle of the night. Newborn routine can be as simple as that, and it can be as short as 10-15 minutes. As they get older, probably after the 4 or 5 month age, I like to see a routine about 20 to 30 minutes long. And those routines can be a bath because by that time they're probably getting a bath every night, depending on the baby and the mom and dad's lifestyle. So if they are getting a bath every night, I'd say give them a bath, do a bottle or breastfeed, and then read them a book, do story time, do if there's other siblings in play, then do playtime with the sibling or have the sibling involved in the baby's bedtime routine. So have the sibling read them a story, sing them a song, or something like that. Just make it more interactive if you have more than one child, and then place them in bed. Now, as for toddlers, it gets a little tricky as they get more vocal and they're walking and talking more. It gets harder and the routine gets longer, like I mentioned. So it's kind of good to still set the time frame. And one tip that I love to give clients is to use a timer system. So that's a great way to get your toddler involved in the routine as well. You can set a timer, set a 5 minute timer for a bath, set like a 5 minute timer for books, and so forth. And have your toddler or preschooler turn the timer button on and get them involved. It's like, oh, hey, do you want to press the timer button? Do you want to turn it on? And then that way they're involved and they get excited. So they look forward to that. Another thing that you can do to make toddler bedtime routines easier is to make cards, like routine cards or like a routine storybook that you can hand draw or have them color or have them make themselves. So the first thing could be a bath, and the next thing could be a bottle if they're still taking bottles. Usually, toddlers don't take a bottle by then. So it could even just be a water bottle. And then storybook or quiet time or whatever is in your routine. It could be a prayer session, like we do prayers with my daughter, so we have 5 minutes for prayers every night. So just things like that, just make like little cards or a storybook, like a flip book kind of thing with your toddler, and just get them really involved. And that should really be beneficial to help with the bedtime routines.
Awesome. I love that. I think that's great. I love the emphasis on routines, the importance of routines, because I think it sets the tone for kind of slowly going into bed instead of just all this stimulation and then, going to bed.
Actually, studies have shown that having a routine like that is very beneficial not only for their sleep but for their development as well. So yeah, it's very essential that you start a routine from day 1 with your child and continue it on for as long as you can.
Awesome. I love that. Because I'm sure being taught a routine young, then they carry it into childhood and
Yeah.
adulthood. And yeah, all that helps with sleep.